Hello everybody, how's it going? Great to see you all. Take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day so far. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band that is very, very close to my heart. A band I've been supporting and talking with and just generally interacting with since their very, very first single, Hollow. That's right, we're going to be checking out Arbitrator. And specifically, we're going to be checking out Arbitrator's new single, Forsaken. And this also happens to be their first ever music video, video that isn't just, like a visualizer or something like that. So, as I just mentioned, I've been a fan of Arbitrator since the release of their very first single, Hollow. Heard it, loved it, was taken in by the band immediately, and then ever since then, me and the boys from Arbitrator have had this cool relationship. We've been trading messages back and forth. Then, so after Hollow, they released my favourite song by these guys, may I just add. They released Mausoleum, which is, yeah, my favourite song by them. Then it was Scorn. Then it was Abyss. Two absolute fucking blinding tracks as well. I think Scorn might be my second favourite track by these guys, but I'm not really sure any of those songs. All four of them are fucking absolute stormers. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail about what I liked about every single one of those songs. If you want to hear a breakdown of all of them, go onto my Instagram and just RDG Promotions. There's also a link in the About section of my YouTube. It's in fucking tiny writing right down the bottom because that's how YouTube works these days. Shout out to old school YouTube. And I did a reaction video for Abyss, Scorn, and Mausoleum, actually, all on the channel, just videos, and then just scroll down or search, and you'll find it. If you want to hear a bit more of a breakdown about why exactly I like all those songs, go. That's the place that you should go. So, without further ado. We'll just move that curtain over just a little bit. That lighting looks pretty good. Okie dokie. Without further ado, Arbitrator, Forsaken. Let's go. Ooh, nice graphic. Ooh, nice. Ooh. That's a new sound for them. They've never done that before. Oh. uplifting but very bleak chorus. I like it. Love that shit. Love that. What they're doing right there. That's nice. It's a new wrinkle to their sound. Big thumbs up. Ooh. Oof. Well, they fucking smashed it. Arbitrator, Forsaken. Okay. That was unexpected, and it was unexpected in the best way possible, in the best ways possible. All right. First of all, that's a unique little music video they've got there. The way that the way that everything kind of went like pixelated, then it changed to there was a little bit of blood, then it was kind of like was it a blue sheen? Let me just check. Yeah, it was blue, and then it went to like red and all that type of stuff. That was good. Actually, I was speaking to the lead singer. I'm really bad with names, so I don't even. People tell me their names, I know them, but there's no point in me actually like the lead singer, the guy there. He said that he looked like what was it? Let me check. I think he said Darth Sidious. Pretty sure he did. Let me check. I know this is a trifle in detail, but I gotta check it out. Ryan as well. Yeah, he said he looks like Darth Sidious in that one, and he absolutely does look like Darth Sidious, and it works as well. It works. Star Wars reference. Shout out. What can you say? Yeah, music video was really, really cool. You never quite know what you're gonna get with a music video, especially a band's first music video. You think, oh shit, this might be a little bit cringy, but that was cool. That was very, very cool. Okay, on to the music. There was different wrinkles in that song that are not. I've heard everything by Arbitrator. Every single second of music that Arbitrator have released, I've heard. Unless there's something scurried away on a Bandcamp or a YouTube page or someone's personal page or a demo or something. Unless there's something really, really hidden, I've heard everything these guys have done. That had some new features to it. What were those new features? I thought you'd never ask. Okay, so first of all, that riffy section towards the beginning of it that was a bit more duf, 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 if you know what I mean, kind of still death metal, but kind of maybe not quite as fast, and there was a little bit more space in between the in between the notes on the in between the notes on the guitar. That's new, and it really, really fucking works. It really, really, really works for them. It's just nice. The fast sections are one of the things that I love most about Arbitrator, but they don't want to make it that it's just the only thing they do. They just go fast and then symphonic and then maybe a little bit slow and then fast and then symphonic and so on, so on and so forth. They want to be able to mix it up, and that guitar line towards the beginning, I think it happened again towards the end as well. That was different. And that was different from what they've done, and that's good. That was one of the bits that took me by surprise. That's good. That's a new wrinkle to their game. The chorus, I'm pretty sure it repeated twice, but I've got a feeling that the first chorus and the second one had more bits to it. I haven't had much sleep. Newborn baby. But that is a very typical Arbitrator chorus. It managed to be huge and kind of huge and beautiful and melodic, but also it kind of invokes slight black metal vibes as well, where it's like, yeah, it's kind of awe-inspiring and uplifting, but also quite nasty and harsh and kind of almost bleak at the same time. It reminded me very much of the chorus to Mausoleum, my favorite track, which I mentioned at the beginning of the song. I had that kind of uplifting vibe to it. I thought that was really, really cool. There was a much better variety in the vocals as well. Usually it's kind of two sounds. It's kind of mid-range and slightly high with Arbitrator, which is totally cool. There's some bands like to throw in 5 million different types of vocal techniques. Some guys like to just actually perfect 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4, so on and so forth ranges, and then just stick to them. And that's what Ryan from Arbitrator does. But there was more, not just different sounds, but also a different delivery. There was a part towards the end of the song where it was very, very fast. All the syllables were done very, very fast, but they had a kind of raspy quality to them, which I thought was really good. It gave the song overall, in fact, had a much more raw raw vibe to it than their other stuff has done. I would never say that Arbitrator are overproduced. They're not overproduced. They're just the right amount of produced. All the music sounds fantastic, but that song had a much more raw kind of, you're listening to them play in like someone's shed or something like that. Not in a bad way. It just the not just the sounds of the instruments, but the drums were slightly choppier, the guitar was slightly choppier. They weren't, the guitar and the drums and the vocals weren't just doof, 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 perfectly like that. Some of them were like slightly, they done different things, but it all kind of like kept the tempo going the whole time. It just, it made the whole thing have a bit more chaotic, a bit more raw, a bit more messy, but without being sloppy, if that makes any sense. Yeah, just fucking fantastic stuff from Arbitrator. I mean, there was no way it was gonna suck. There was no way I wasn't gonna like it. But that surprised me in many ways. They were doing different. Oh, as well. Sorry, excuse me. I'm getting well ahead of myself. That's the that heavier section. That's the heaviest they've sounded, I think, possibly ever. That might be that might be the heaviest kind of quote unquote breakdown that they've done. It wasn't exactly a kind of like very traditional old school, or actually new school really, deathcore breakdown. But it was very, very heavy. I think that's the heaviest they've sounded. There might be I remember there being a pretty heavy breakdown at the end of Hollow, the very first single. And there might be another one. I'm pretty sure Scorn goes pretty hard as well. Probably should have written this stuff down, but that heavier section there was really, really, that was very, very chunky. If you don't overuse breakdowns, they hit much, much harder. If a song is just breakdown, 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 and then maybe a little melodic section and then breakdown, you're kind of like, okay, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. What else is new? You've kind of you've done too much of it. But these guys really put them in very sparingly, so when it hits, it really, really hits. And that little flurry of piano, keyboard, whatever you want to call it, towards the end was really, really cool as well. There was just lots of little subtle surprises in that track that kind of just shows you. I think you can, if you can obviously that's their most recent single, but you can kind of tell that that's their most recent single, if that makes sense. You can see the evolution. They're adding more things to their game. Their sound is starting to expand a little bit, so on and so forth. That was deeply satisfying. I fucking love Arbitrator. I really do. I love the boys in Arbitrator. They're a bunch of great dudes. They work really, really hard. They're finally starting to get some recognition. Their numbers seem to be going up, though. I think possibly because of the time that Forsaken was released, it's doing okay. 2,571 views, and it was released like 3 days ago, which is not. I would like to see it do better. That's not a criticism of the band. That's probably how much views how many views videos get. There you go. Lack of sleep once again. Really depends on a lot of things. It depends on what day of the week it was released, what time of the day it was released, so on and so forth. What else it was, so it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't mean that the track wasn't good. But these guys are definitely, their followers are going up, their likes, their shares, their comments are going up. Everyone just seems to absolutely love these guys. They're finally getting the recognition they deserve, and that album, chuck in Forsaken there. I mean, let me just have an actual look at what okay, so Forsaken, not the instrumental. Okay, Forsaken. So it opens up with Forsaken, Hollow, Scorn, Mausoleum, Abyss. That is a strong EP. That's a very, very strong EP. Strong in terms of deathcore. But specifically symphonic deathcore, I challenge you to find me a better EP than that when it comes to symphonic deathcore. That is a high quality, very, very high quality EP, and considering this is the band really just starting to find their feet, you do kind of have to wonder what else is going to happen. What's their next song going to sound like? Are they going to go a bit more blackened? Are they going to stick to the symphonic? Are they going to go heavier? What are these guys going to do? Who fucking knows? What's their next EP going to sound like? What's their next album going to sound like? What if they're still making music in 5 years? What's that going to sound like? Is it a very, very exciting time? Because these guys are really, really just starting out. To sum up, Arbitrator, Forsaken, fucking loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, I absolutely enjoyed the shit out of that. So, as per usual, guys, links to Arbitrator's various different social media things, to my Apple Music. Apple Music, Apple Music, Spotify, Bandcamp. I can't remember if they have a Bandcamp, but you know what I mean. Facebook, Instagram, their YouTube channel, all that type of shit. All links to all of that will be down below. Once the video is finished, please remember to scroll down, click on every single one of those links where there's an option to hit the bell and turn on notifications so you can keep up with what these guys are doing. Do that. Like the video, leave a comment, let them know how much of a sick job they're doing, share it to all your buddies, do the same thing on Facebook, same thing on Instagram, same thing on so on and so forth. Just support these guys in any way you can because they are fucking awesome, a really, really nice bunch of guys as well. Very, very talented, work really, really hard, and we want to encourage these guys as much as possible to keep making really, really fucking good music like the song that you just heard. So, one more time, Arbitrator, Forsaken. Go play the shit out of that. I'm going to go and listen to it a bunch more times. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Love you all very much. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.